If you could turn any movie into a porno but keep the same cast, what's your pick? Sucker Punch. This reminds me of an anecdote by the streamer Hugbees where he said he wanted to do a shot-for-shot remake of Terminator 2 with all the same original actors, except midway through the movie the Terminator says Sarah Connor, "I am here to frick you." Then there's a really long and graphic sex scene, and once it's done the rest of the movie just continues and nobody mentions it ever again. Baywatch. Doesn't matter which version, I hope they do a mash-up. Mortal Kombat. Sign me up for some Princess Katana, Melina, Sonya, Scarlet, Serena, and Jade. Underworld. Kate Beckinsale FTW. This is the end. Celebrity orgy. NSFW. Guys who actually bought the "you won't last 5 minutes playing this game from the ads from porn. What was it? What happened? Was it a scam? Was watching a show the other day on a streaming website, finished the episode and thought frick it, let's see what happens if I actually click this porn game ad. Turned on NordVPN, clicked it and it took me to a generic webpage, fantasy background with a SEZI superimposed female scantily clad character as you would expect. Are you 18 or over? Yes. Due to laws in your country or area, you may not be able to view explicit content until level 10. Do you wish to continue? Weird but sure. Yes, pick your character. 2 SEZI scantily clad characters now, one on each side with different themes. Left is a half-elf enchantress-looking character dressed in the most minimal belly dancing tassel-like armor you could think before it's just straight-up porn. Right one was a human warrior dual-wielding cool-looking swords in the typical stylized bikini armor with accentuating designs here and there. I'll pick the warrior cause she looks cooler. Can you guess where I was redirected to? Raid fricking Shadow Legends, they got me. I didn't bot but I did the survey. It said, "Are you over the age 18? I said no and the next question appeared. They don't care I guess. Who needs to buy it? The ad is all I need. I've never understood these ads. Try not to cum. Yeah, that's what I'm on a porn site for. I don't want to jack off." It sent me to RuneScape.com where I made an account and started playing. Ex-homeless Redditors, what was the scariest thing that you ever saw on the streets? NSFW. Not that scary, but one time I was on a park bench just killing time. This homeless dude that everyone called Red was at another bench. He came up to mine, and asked if I would watch his shit while he slept for a bit, and I said yes. So he laid down next to me, and after a while he sat up for a cigarette. About 3 drags in, he starts coughing and his face turned all purple fast. Never realized how fast people turn purple from lack of oxygen. He fell over on his side, and I jumped up and gave him a little smack on the back a few times, and I kept yelling at him to get up. I was hesitant to call an ambulance cause of hospital bills that he obviously wouldn't be able to pay, but right as I took my phone out to call, he had been unconscious for like 30 seconds at this point. He starts gasping and gets up. I asked him if he was okay, and all he says is fricking COPD and then takes a drag of the cigarette that he never even dropped the whole time that happened. Blows my mind he didn't drop it. LMAO. Kids beating the shit out of a homeless man. Started with them spitting on him. He gets up and runs after them, then a couple of them hit him from behind with some IKEA-looking wood, you know, the one that snaps easy. He gets mad and they run off. He comes back to the bench and falls asleep again. 10 minutes later they're back and they just start beating the fricking shit out of him. I had to jump in and stop them. A woman giving birth at a bus terminal. The scariest thing I saw was a man named Tony T. Apparently he had been a cokehead for years but had to keep a job to support his habit. He had received a huge settlement, over $500,000. At which point he decided that he never had to work again. He lived on the streets and smoked cocaine all day. The best way to describe him is Tuco from Breaking Bad. He was generous with his drugs so people would naturally want to be around him. But he was unpredictable and dangerous. I have tons of stories about him being crazy aggressive, but the last time I saw him he beat a man with a pipe for dropping a tiny crack rock in the dirt. We are talking like $20 worth of dope, and he probably either killed the guy or fricked him up for life. I tried to stop him and he threatened to turn on me. I walked out, went to a phone and called my sister to come get me. She helped me get my shit together and I never went back. That was 30 years ago. Cold weather. I thought I was going to die one night. I was so cold. I remember waking up thinking you need urinal. I hope that was unrelated to the fight. My high school had to ban blankets after 2 freshmen were caught having sex under one in the middle of the art hallway. The dudes from the class where I was from before I changed classes, started doing group masturbating sessions in the locker room before or after PE. That shit smelled like rotten oysters after. The next class was always fricked because of the smell. What is the weirdest thing you've heard or had happen to you while using a public restroom? NSFW. Went to a public bathroom at a restaurant stop in rural China. I was peeing on a squatter toilet and a woman come in and squats on the one beside me. There is no barrier between us, we could touch hands if we both put our arms out. Anyways, she starts taking a dump with all the noises and I had to get out real quick. More of a culture shock thing since she was completely fine with it. Edit, I'm a female. I had the pleasure of hearing some poor soul trying to pass a kidney stone in a movie theater restroom. His screams would have scared the shit out of me if that wasn't why I was in there in the first place. Overheard someone on the phone getting the results of their STD test, which was positive. At a heavy metal concert, Fear Factory, Ministry, Meshuggah for what it's worth, and I'm in the stall poopin'. Concert hasn't started yet. I hear this convo out by the urinals. Oh sorry man, Salright. It's a nice cock isn't it? Sure. NSFW. What happens in real life sex that you never see in porn? Stopping and throwing on some clothes to quickly answer the doorbell because this is the 3rd time the UPS man has attempted signature delivery of that awesome package you have been expecting and you don't want to drive the 10 miles into the industrial quarter to pick it up from the warehouse tomorrow. The girl I was with had an asthma attack and an orgasm at the same time. Oh God, don't stop, and find my fricking inhaler right now, is a confusing set of instructions to receive in a 60-second span. People who like each other and can actually stand to be near each other for more than 2 seconds. The kids knocking on the door to tell you something inane. People who post NSFW pics on Reddit. Have you even been approached by a fan? If so, how did it go? I used to regularly post in a few of the more male-aimed Gone Wild subs. I've got a few tattoos that are rather distinguishable, and post in local R4R subs. Had a girl come into the shop I work in, chit-chat about how familiar I look etc., and after going down the list of maybe LinkedIn or this friend or that she suddenly tenses up and leans in to whisper, much more loudly than a whisper ought to be, I think I've seen your nudes, someone is posting them me. That someone is me. She hasn't been back. Years back, there was a stripper in town that I recognized from a Lil Wayne video. She was actually surprised that I knew that. Nice girl, hope she's doing well. This isn't exactly my story, but I feel this is the only place I can share this. There was a girl at my school, who had a video that her boyfriend recorded of them having sex go pretty viral on Tumblr. Everyone knew then, but the couple didn't really seem to care. Fast forward to now, I shit you not, I still see this video if I browse porn, not even looking, it's just all over. She has had to make a post about dudes from our school hitting her up, either trying to blackmail, or just frick her because they assume she's easy. Moral of the story, put a bag on your head. I happened to meet someone who showed me a list of his 4 favorite NSFW Tumblr blogs he followed. Mine was on the list. I am not sure if he actually recognized it was mine and I didn't reveal the fact on my own. Lesbians of Reddit. What would you do if you went out with a cute girl, started making out, and she told you she has a penis? NSFW. ITT. People who aren't lesbians answers wildly. Is the penis attached to her or like in her top drawer or something? I would stand up, tell them that they forgot the serious answers tag, and leave. A. I'll politely decline. I know what I like and what my preferences are. I want to eat out a vagina. Not suck on a D. I got friends who wouldn't mind though. I'll be her wing woman. As a bi woman, obviously not gonna bug me, but I've met lesbians who didn't want to date me because I've been with men before. So I assume from at least my experiences that some would be against it. I would tell her that I don't care whether she's trans or cis, but I'm just not attracted to D. I think that's understandable and not transphobic.
Hey, subscribe!